Hello everyone, and welcome to another Chess Lifestyle training stream. I am streaming live from Kyoto. I've been here a few days now. And yeah, to be honest, I haven't really worked out my setup yet. I'm actually speaking into some kind of container box. I kind of like rejigged the flat a bit. So this used to be like a storage unit, so I realized that the audio might be a little bit off, so let me know how the audio is. Also, I had to like take like an hour or two out before I could start streaming because I went to the local izakaya to get my dinner. Like often, if I'm late to getting dinner, then I need to just either eat supermarket food or catch the final order at one of these local izakayas, which are basically like these restaurant bars that you find here in Japan. And I don't know what it was. If it was like the alcohol that I drank, or like the cigarette smoke in the air. But I swear to God, like I was properly buzzed. So I needed to like sober up a bit before I could stream, which is quite funny. But yeah, I'm probably still a little bit waved. I don't know. I think I'm mostly recovered though, hopefully. But yeah, hope you guys are all doing well, and we're going to get into some analysis today. We're going to take one short break from our woodpecker grind just to try and learn from our losses. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me chuck on an extra 5 minutes because let's get in at least 55 minutes. I mean, probably the stream is going to be even longer, given that I did lose quite a few games. So yeah, let's just go through one by one and see how much we can learn. So, let me open two at the same time. Okay, and okay, this one's actually already got the learn from your mistakes, so let me run the analysis on this one. Okay, and then let's study this one first. Okay, so, oh god, did I? Yeah, so it's one of these games. So basically, bishop f4 is a common mistake in London, because if they were to take back with... Well, if they take back with the queen, then we just gain a tempo on the queen, and actually, what is the best way to play after this? I just know that knight c6 is good, but wow, interesting, d6 is better. I guess d6 threatens the fork and still provokes them to move, and maybe we keep the option open of knight d7. So actually that makes some interesting sense. d6, queen d2, less easy to find for sure. I'm surprised g6 is not playable or possible. Knight e4, I'm not sure how much I like that. That's very weird. Knight e4, queen d5, and the best move is knight f6 back. So what if queen d2? Is going to start saying h6 is top move? Okay, that's pretty strange. h6 here. h6 and e5. Yeah, that's a structure I'm not willing to play. What about g6? Is this playable? Knight c3 with slight advantage. This feels alright, to be honest, but... Okay, what else can I play? What are the chess masters playing, actually, in this position? Okay, we've only had the game once. Knight c6 was played, of course. And queen a4 was played, so already inaccurate, but... And here, g6 actually does make sense, yeah. And what's wrong with queen d2? Now knight e4 is particularly strong, and if queen d5? Wow, you've got queen b6. Okay, that's actually quite a nice line to have seen. Alright, so queen d4, you've got knight c6. And on queen d2, which I would imagine is the most natural move. Let's see on Lichess, like queen d2. Oh, queen d1, much more popular. Queen d1 is met by the immediate queen b6, and there's already some problems. b3 is so ugly. Wow, e5 and d5, I guess, is the way. e5 and they can't take because we've again got these threats. Wow. Yeah, okay, so okay, it looks like then knight c6 is the way to go. Which is why you should always verify your analysis with the engine, rather than just like assuming that this is like some legit reason for playing d6. So no, knight c6 is the way. Queen d2 can be met with this knight e4, queen d5, and queen b6. And it's a bit of a mess, but probably we're doing more than all right. Okay, let's move on. So my opponent played this, and the point is they can't take with a knight because I've got e5. And they can't take because of the fork, which is still a position that I've managed to lose several times. But yeah, I mean, we should be doing very well with the piece. So white bails out by taking the bishop. Interesting. So I've got e5 here. What if they go knight f3? Do they want e4? Not e4, they want this queen b6 idea again. If queen c1, now e4. And then you've got this. I keep forgetting that we've got this check. I guess knight d2 is met with e3. Yeah, e3 here is very strong. Especially with the queen on b6. Okay, this is very, very strong. Yeah, good to see all of this just once. I mean, it's something that, you know, you'll forget, but if you got this in a classical game, you might, like, recall these ideas. Queen b6. So, okay, I did end up playing this queen b6 idea and getting a half-decent position. It's actually been played in a bullet game between two 1600s, so it's actually so tragic. Let me change this to 2500. Okay, let's do it like that. Okay. Knight g4. Yeah, so actually I remember in this game, like, I mean, my opponent was berserking, I wasn't, and I felt like this was my best shot. This is a mistake, so let's learn from our mistakes and see if we can redo this one. So here it's minus 1.8, and yeah, I was trying to find something and I just couldn't. Oh, is it queen c6? It could be queen c6. I've seen this idea before when white is a bit slow. Could be queen c6. Although they do have ways to deal with it. They have like queen d5 or e4. But queen c6 comes with a double idea of taking on c3. So probably it is this then. What if they block with the knight? Well, then at the least we can grab a pawn. Yeah, queen c6 is the move. Man. There's a line in my anti-English, anti-Retty that has this opportunity to play this queen c6. Not that I remember which line it is. I don't even know. Maybe I don't even play this line anymore. But it's a thing. It's a thing where you can get this queen c6 in and be very annoying. Okay, it looks like we've got a very quiet chat today. I was wondering if my chat was broken. But all good. Let's keep it going. So, okay, we got the correct answer with queen c6. And on move 17, then we have another fork in the road. So, okay, they play this. My life is good. c3 is a blunder. I just win a pawn, which I play, of course. And somehow I end up losing this game, which is very sad. Yeah, I was just looking for ways to try and consolidate here. And then here, it's minus 3. And I miss the move. Advocator, welcome to the stream. I think this is the first time this is you've commented first. Appreciate the donation as always. Really appreciate it. Work's been crazy today. Tell me a joke. I'm burnt, bro. You know. Back in the day when before I started Chess Lifestyle, I actually wanted to make Chess Lifestyle some kind of like chess skit channel. I don't know if you've seen like Two Set Violin, but I wanted to kind of make something like Two Set Violin but for chess. And I tried filming a skit and I cringed so hard and I realized I'm just not funny. So that's the biggest joke that I can share with you, Average Hater. The fact that I actually thought that I could make skit content and actually be funny. So yeah, that's my joke of the day. Tricky says, I have this thing called DOV tomorrow. Boy, is it... It must be DOV Bronze. That's kind of hilarious. I remember my DOV Bronze. Oh, it's like... Okay, all I'll say is DOV Bronze is the... I mean, DOV in general is the biggest scam. It's the biggest lie ever told to you. But it is an experience. It's absolutely shambolic. It's very funny. So, try not to die. I mean, I think I actually got close to death on my DOV Bronze. So, you know, try to survive. God, DOV Bronze. What a throwback. I can't believe they're still scamming people with it, though. It's actually insane. Maybe the jokes are the amount of chatters you have? What the hell is a chatter? I mean, you said I'm kidding. I don't even understand what you mean, Averator. Work must have really been crazy. DOV Bronze. Hi Kitty, I'm tricky. Okay, I'm not reading chat anymore. I'm losing brain cells. Okay, so F4, black to play. Oh, I've got Bishop G4. Bishop G4 is a game winner. Play it instantly. Don't even look at anything else. Bishop G4. Shit. 2600 FMs are trash, man, and I'm even worse because I don't even see Bishop G4. It's like, if I could see tactics, I would actually be so goated at chess. I'd actually be so goated. But here we are. This is the life we live. Bishop G4, god damn it. Okay, so then the opponent plays C4, which continues to blunder, and then in this position, I have a move. Not Rook E8, which is far too passive. I mean, I basically wanted to... I don't know what Rook E8 is about. What did I even want to achieve with Rook E8? I have not a clue. I mean, what could the move be here? I mean, this is why Classical and Blitz are like such different ball games. I don't know if you guys have seen this article. I quit chess.com. Yeah. Like this is an insane article. If any of you haven't read it, it's by this national master called Naoki, and has the most like ballsy introduction I've ever seen, which is my peak online ratings are 3,120 in Bullet, ranked 26 in the world, and bro's quitting chess because basically he realized that classical chess is actually a different board game to you know, online Blitz, and basically, yeah, it requires too much effort than he's willing to put in, which is fair enough. I mean, to each their own. I don't think that's a reason you should quit, though, just because it doesn't come naturally to you and you're not number 26 in the world. But, you know, like, yeah, it's where was I even going with this? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just the point that, you know, like, if I could see tactics, my chess would be on such another level. But, yeah. No, in this position, I was actually thinking, is e6 just winning? Like, we're literally covering all of these squares. Like, am I just winning a piece with e6? It's insane. I want to die. Just so many missed opportunities. Okay, so I play rook e8. I miss a chance to win a free piece. Now he's got knight e3 as a move. Yeah, this was my idea, actually. My grand idea to play rook e8 in order to defend the pawn so that I can play knight a5 and trade pieces, because I am a pawn up, which, strategically speaking, isn't a terrible idea, but would be nicer to just win a free piece. Okay, so I try this knight a5 idea. It's probably not terrible, but yeah, I give him too much play. And now, even though I'm a pawn up, I actually have some issues. Like this weak d6 pawn, and now I don't even achieve the trade. Like, I'm not even willing to improve that pawn structure, so I have to just go back. So all of that was a bit of a waste of time. And yeah, I guess he played an accurate move, but this is still relatively decent. And okay, I managed to outplay him again, reach this position. And bishop c3, again, a more active move is required. I mean, in a classical game, I can find bishop c3, but in a blitz game, there's too much to worry about. Yeah, bishop c3, rook e2 is just having the balls to just attack. It's like, it's really chicken chess, which I play. But it's also like the limit of my brain capacity. I mean, this is the sad reality. Okay, and then we have on a5 here, I give up my whole advantage and play an equalizing move. So, yeah, I kind of felt that I needed some counterplay. I didn't see how else to deal with this, to be honest. Queen c2? Oh, fuck, queen c2 blunders the queen. I was literally thinking queen c2 makes so much sense, because if queen takes, rook takes. You see why I can't attack. I try attack, I'll just blunder my queen. It's like actually insane. Okay, I need to read the comments as a break. Holy crap. Jesus. I reported you for that diabolical joke. Thank you, average hater. It needed to be done. It needed to be done. What is Mick yapping about? For real? Bro, I'm always yapping. You gotta just accept it. Tricky boasting about having more money than someone else as a year 9 is crazy. Year 9 or year 10, I don't know. Whatever, it's all the same to me. Mark says, yo, what's up, Mark? How's it going? Hope life is well. I lost $2,000 on ETH. Yo, that's... To be honest, stocks are the most ridiculous thing. It's a bit like how like caffeine is just like just a normalized drug that severely impacts your life and has dependency issues. Like caffeine is 100% a drug, but because we like paint it as coffee, we're gonna just pretend that it's like not a drug. It's like crazy. I mean, stocks are also the same. It's like such high stakes gambling. As someone who, doesn't know enough about stocks, and it's like, there's always this like, gain from the experience, learn from the experience. And it's just like, bro, I mean, same with gambling. I mean, you can get better at gambling by, practicing and losing your money and making smarter decisions. I mean, it's just like, how much are you willing to lose? It's like, it's crazy. I mean, I'm also on a net negative right now, which pisses me off because I've made like so much small gains. And then this recent Trump shit just completely ruined all of my gains. And it's just like, it's actually so cancerous. But I'm still investing more money and gaining experience, right? Like this is what they say. I mean, in the long term, I mean, I should make money as a result. But it is kind of bullshit. I mean, if I tried as hard as I do with stocks, as I did with gambling on chess, for instance, I swear to God I would make more money on chess. So, yeah, rant over, but yeah, absolute cancer stock market sometimes. What? Okay, I don't even follow these comments about whatever. Mark says, Michael, talk to me. I need that Gerginicus as an alternative to e4, e5 mainline pain. Please stop playing e4, e5. You are literally giving the game into your opponent's hand, letting them have their way with you, and you just saying, well, yeah, the engine says, well, yeah, I don't care what the engine says because you're not going to be able to replicate the engine to the levels of hardcore sweaty prep that the white player goes through as an e4 player prepping against e5. Like, I'm sorry, but your engine isn't going to save you. So please just find something different. And yeah, Gerginica is going to be coming out. The current date of release is 13th of June, which actually is the 164th day of the year. So if that isn't a chess enough day for you to get out your purses and purchase some chess, I don't know what is. So yeah, it's going to be out soon. So long as Damien manages to stick to his schedule of filming, which is highly unpredictable right now. But I honestly would rather him just focus on the quality as opposed to just trying to get it out on time. So yeah, Damien, if you're watching this, take as long as you like. Honestly, rip tariffs for real. I mean, I don't know if I should be even sharing like what investment strategies I've been going on recently. That's for another day. I'm gonna be here all night, so let's keep going. Black to play. black to play. I'm still not over the fact that I was genuinely considering queen c2. just not seeing stuff. Like, another thing is, like, I genuinely am surprised that so many people in this world can drive. And it's like, I would be such a terrible driver. Like, I would genuinely be a risk to myself as well as other people, pedestrians, other cars. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know how people in general are so consistent as human beings. Like, to pull off something as dangerous as driving. It's really insane to me. If I had an ounce of that, consistency, like, my God, would chess be an easier game? But okay, I'm doing a lot of moaning and excuses. Just find the best move. God damn it. So what's even going on here? I'm still pawn up, but white's definitely got pressure because I've been sitting around doing nothing while my opponent is actually making plays. I'm trying to make d5 work. Don't think it does though. Also, potentially gives him like a very strong pass pawn, so let's not do that. I wonder if queen b2 changes any... You see, even my mouse wanted to go queen c2. Holy crap. Queen d2 does anything. Because if, like, rook d2, at least I can bring my queen back or something. Somewhere useful. I'm feeling queen b2. Let's go for it. Alright, minus 0.9 is not terrible. But what's the solution? Wow, take on h5. Take on h5. Let's see if I could humanly appreciate what this move is, or is it just like some insane engine plays where, yeah, engine can defend this, but humans will struggle. What is the idea? I guess when you think about it, the king is actually not too weak because of the pieces remaining on the board. Like, how does this knight actually get involved? Maybe like knight d2, knight f3, knight g5 or something? Or like trying to come this way? Something like this. So what about knight d2 here? Knight d2, black plays h6. So the idea is to cover all of these potential squares. Okay, let's say knight f3. Just chill with b6 somehow. Okay, knight h4. Oh, and then we just played b5. Like we didn't just play b6. And this is why I think people trying to replicate engines are so dumb. I mean, queen a2, and basically black just says we're chilling. Knight f5 does absolutely nothing. That's incredible. That's incredible how safe this king is. That's ridiculous. Wow. I mean, that's cool to see. That's cool to see. The day I can play chess like this, I mean, the day you report me to Stockfish, like that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, in a classical game, it's possible, and I think that's why doing this analysis is good, to just open your eyes to potential ideas. But in a blitz game, I could never play that. Like, of course not. So, okay, a5 happens, hg6 happens, f5 is played, and now I blunder and give +1. And I'm very soon going to blunder big. I don't even remember what I blundered. Oh, yeah, I took this knight and completely got wrecked by my king. So f5. So for instance, an idea I'm considering right now is whether I can take this and just say that, my king isn't actually that weak. Somehow I don't buy it though. Feels like a very different situation. Like if I take this, then all of these squares are weak. Like, it's not covered at all. How is my volume, by the way? Because I've been talking into like this crevice in the wall, and it makes my voice a bit echoey. So I was a bit bamboozled in my chess lesson today, because it's the first time experimenting with the setup. Oh, why didn't I play bishop g7? Bishop d7, rook d6? How is that going? Maybe now I take on f5. Queen takes f5. My rook is hanging. And then just play rook e8. Probably it's okay. And his king is equally as weak. Let's try bishop g7. Bishop d7, top move. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If rook d6, then my idea was gf5. And yeah, this is actually equal, so that's good. Wow, rook c4. Oh no, queen c4. I was going to say rook c4 surely loses to rook d8. But queen c4 makes sense. Yeah, defending the rook. Yeah, and rook e8 is also equal. So okay, we found a legit line. d5 apparently. Wow, d5 now. And what about they just take? Bishop d6 with the counterplay. Holy smokes. That's a cool idea. Again, a bit above my pay grade, but I mean honestly, like, you know, so long as I didn't just make one move blunders like a takes b3. I mean, this is just too ambitious. My king is super weak with these pieces around it. It's really nice. Oh, and I also saw the answer rook c7, which makes sense actually to try and defend it on this second rank, given that that's where the blows are going to be coming in from. Yeah, rook c7. But already it's tough, and I also realized that I remember during the game I was so nonchalant about like my chances. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's berserked, I have a winning position, I'm chilling, and again, of course, this kind of mindset shoots you in the foot. So stop having these cocky mindsets and just, you know, play good moves. And a takes b3 is just too good to be true. Although he messes up here, so what should he have played? Maybe the first thing that comes to my mind is like playing rook d3 and trying to transfer this way, which of course is wrong. Oh, now I'm lost. Okay, this is why I also don't attack. I mean, this shit is too hard. Queen b7. With that. I mean, that's... Yeah, I wasn't looking in that direction either. Oh, and I blunder here. Hold up. King e7, why is this not a winning move? Oh, because I go king d8. Maybe. And then somehow my king is actually surviving. King e7, rook e4, king d8, right? Yeah. Insane. Wait, where were we? Yeah, and then I had to fight this position for my life. So, yeah, he doesn't find checkmate. Yeah, he somehow messes this up. So it shows that even FMs don't have good tactical vision or good mating net understanding. Yeah, and I enter this trade knowing that this position is lost, but I thought maybe I can try flag the guy. Yeah, b5 is always just like a cheeky trick move, but in hindsight probably just put the pawns on dark squares, keep them supported by the bishop, and just try and hold. Because yeah, then he has this this very nice sacrifice, and I try and be tricky, but of course to no avail. So yeah, fair play to the opponent, played a good game. Turns out I missed 2 opportunities to just straight up win material from the opening. And we also learned some very interesting stuff about this whole knight c6 business. And let me see if I remember. On queen d2, I think the idea was to play knight e4 and then queen b6. And on queen d3, this was just like an awkward version where we can just basically, play this like dragon type setup with very good play. And queen d1, yeah, this queen b6. Yeah, and then just going e5, d5, taking over. Life is good. Yeah, or even push e4 now that we've got good control of the center. Let me just see if bishop g3, e4, and this move. What happens here? e3, okay, fair enough. And it gets a bit wild. Okay, nice. So that's one game done. Do I want to save any of this analysis? Nah, we should just remember it. Okay, let's go to the next one. So how did this game start? Let me check what people are saying in comments. Of course, Safsara and Tricky spamming. One day I'm gonna get a mod that can act on you guys. Oh my days, not this guy when Safsara shows up. Playing the Mega Finals tomorrow, let's go. Trying to hit 1900 ECF rapid. 8 GCSEs left. Good luck. Basically 1 week. Okay, you got this. Oh my god, Trekkie. You did not just ask me, do you invest in red or black? There's no way that gambling reels have reached you already. You are so cooked. Your life is literally over. That's actually insane. Mark says, understand your opinion on e4, e5. Just curious, are you not afraid of being targeted prep on offbeat/unchallenging openings? I am a little bit afraid, but you can also be smart with how you play it. And if you ever get the chance to get your hands on a book called Chess's Life by Matthew Sadler, there's a fantastic chapter in it. I mean, the book is basically, each chapter is interviews and commentary with a particular notable top player. And there's this chapter on Sergei Tivyakov, all about Sergei Tivyakov's Queen d6 Scandinavian. And basically this guy was playing at 2700 level. I mean, I think he peaked at 2700 something. And he was playing 2600 level, this Queen d6 Scandinavian. And Matthew tells this brilliant account of how he was, trying to prepare against this guy. And just getting absolutely frustrated by the fact that, Tivyakov was playing so many different move order variants within his, offbeat opening. And for the record, offbeat and unchallenging do not go hand in hand. I would say that, these offbeat lines can be extremely challenging, but just objectively not as good. For instance, the Alekhine is extremely challenging of an opening, I think. But, if you get everything perfect, then you can punish it, kind of thing, right? So I would say that, Matthew Sadler basically reached a point where he was like, you know what? Screw this, I'm just going to play 1d4 and let Tivyakov play a Nimzo or a Queen's Indian, where at least Matthew feels a little bit more on his turf, because he just felt like, if he enters the Scandinavian, he's just going to get outplayed. And Tivyakov did this time and time again. No matter what the engine evaluation said, after 20 moves, black is just better. And the only reason why he stopped doing this is because, engines have improved, and playing at the 2700 level, the guys really do sweat. But when we're talking about any level up to FM or possibly even IM, you can really get away with a lot. You'll be surprised how little the FMs and IMs are actually, sweating these, offbeat lines. And to think that it's just easy to get, a, stockfish advantage and win, you've got to be kidding me. Absolutely not. And also it's very obvious, for instance, I shared this in the course, but I had this one situation where I played this line of the Gurgenitsa in the English Championships, and then a month later, I played a very talented 2200 player junior who, had targeted preparation, had, spent 2 hours with Stockfish trying to analyze this line to death and just beat me from opening preparation. I saw it a mile away and I just changed the move order very slightly, and she immediately makes a blunder. Not a blunder, but I equalize out of the opening with no difficulty. So it's unless you also have the understanding of the opening, as well as that engine preparation, as well as the time and effort to go that far, I don't see many players doing that, to be honest. And that's why I can still happily play my opening, and just continue to grow in my understanding. I mean, that's my long answer to your question, Mark. But I totally back the Gurgenitsa for this reason. Let me make a note of one thing real quick. Okay, so Sarah and Tricky just bickering. Arjun has a question, so let me do some more analysis first before I get into another rant about whatever it is. Yeah, and I remember, it's so embarrassing, so annoying. Not embarrassing, annoying. That in this position, I never play bishop d3. And I just played it. I always play with bishop e2. It's much safer when there's potential for e5, e4. And the bishop belongs in e2 and in these setups. Like there's absolutely no reason for the bishop to be eyeing up this diagonal. It doesn't make any sense. It's just kind of like a force of habit when the pawns are like this, but in this structure it just makes no sense. You put the bishop on e2. It's far safer. So very annoying that I messed that up. Can I have played this opening any better? Actually, to be honest, on c5 I can definitely play takes and play with knight d2. I mean, this is actually what I recommend in c3 Venom. And it can be very tricky as well. But yeah, maybe just getting a bit too excited, playing a bit too quickly, and yeah, then I mess up here because the problem is I can't just take because my bishop hangs. It's just very careless. I played bishop e2 and then I don't have to worry about this at all. So okay, I get a bad opening, which is just silly. But okay, I managed to equalize the position more or less. Yeah, and then I start blundering all my pieces. Oh, okay, and actually I have a move here, so... Oh, we're not on... Learn from your mistakes. Okay, let's think. So yeah, I tried this bishop b6 as a last-ditch resort, but again, like I should spend a bit more time on this, even though I'm low on the clock, because it's very obvious that after takes, they've just got takes and I am down a piece. And apparently Engine says that I do have a move here. I guess I could move the queen back defending this bishop, but then they'll just add more pressure to the bishop. And c4 I don't really believe in. I feel like knight takes c4 is winning. I don't have either of these squares. Queen c5, they just trade and pick up my bishop. Queen b6. The point being is if they take, then my bishop hits the knight. So if they take my bishop, I take their knight. And if they don't, I'm gaining tempo on the queen, so queen b6. Yeah. Okay, and actually the game is pretty tight up until move 30. So, let's have a look. So, okay, I go down a piece. Life is bad, but then somehow I managed to regain the piece because, yeah, he blunders with this. But he's still got a decent position. Goes rook a1, I move out the way, rook d1, king g3, and yeah, in this position, my position is actually minus 0.7. So I play this bishop a5 because I felt like, I needed to support this c3 point. And bishop a5, my opponent blunders. Yeah, he takes. Probably bishop a5 is just met by d2, and I'm probably in trouble somehow. Although I don't see how. Bishop a5, what could be the problem with this? If he pushes, I can even just take, right? So, what's so bad about that? Yeah, I really didn't want to allow this bishop to come in. I just felt like this was too dangerous. I mean, I could try king f3, but he takes. Then I bring my king over. Yeah, and my bishop's defending my rook, so I can even threaten to take this. So it's probably king f3 is the move. No, this is lost. Okay, let's see what the solution was. Just to take on b4. Again, these kind of wild captures. And just being like, yeah, we're okay. Bishop takes b2. King f3. And we're just doing alright. Yeah, so actually in this position, like I could just trade pawns, whereas king f3 is still losing a pawn. So yeah, I should consider this. Bishop a5. What was the problem with this? They take with the bishop. I considered this for a split second, but why can't I take? Oh, because they can push. Oh, that's nasty. That is nasty. Wow. Bishop takes c3. What a nice move. Yeah, and then, so the guy blundered by trading, which is what I had kind of envisioned. Wow, I didn't. And I remember as soon as I played this move, I regretted not taking this bishop, or maybe it was this moment. I regretted not just zapping this bishop. Instead, I allow this, which changes the pawn structure, which I didn't like. And I have king e2 here. That would have been nice to see, because then I don't. No, I still lose the pawn. I still lose the pawn because if I play king e2, he can still promote and then takes. But yeah, this is a draw, but of course this is a much harder draw. Yeah, and you know what? I've got some like memory of like rook b2, and actually when the pawn is very like far behind, actually blocking from the front is a fairly effective strategy. But yeah, I'm not recalling that with 30 seconds on my clock. And this of course is still a draw. But yeah, I made a grave mistake around here, which was I played f3. And even though Engine says it's fine, I think it's just like, you never want to make this pawn push if you can avoid it. And I think, yeah, just play king g2 for now. If you need to play f3 someday, then you can always play it. But to commit with it now, it's just a bit too much. And eventually I blunder with f4. And I should play rook b7 first. Keep that king a bit trapped. If I play rook b7, why is it still a draw? I just move my king between these two squares, of course, and there's no way to make progress. Yeah, I should have this draw a bit more, you know, on my mind. Yeah, whenever the pawn gets to the 7th rank and you just keep the king like this, it can be fine. The 6th rank, maybe there's some play if they can get their king out, but yeah, if I keep their king trapped and they have to push a pawn like this, I can just ignore it as well, I think. I can just give a check and keep their king trapped and try and even potentially go after these pawns in some situation. No, not these pawns, sorry. I could sack the rook and then use my king and try and enter. There's like some crazy lines that involve this stuff. But yeah, here I should just play king g2. Yeah, which is what... Oh, that's not correct? Oh yeah, we spoke about this. Like just put the rook here first and then shuffle the king. Right. So g takes f4. Right, and the problem is now... Oh, okay, this was the big mistake. This is still a draw. But on b3 I have to play king back so that on b2 I have this king g2, king h2, and then it's just a draw. But instead, I was looking at checkmate. I mean, you know, my fault for trying to attack and be active, right? This is why I've reached the kind of timid type of chess that I play. But yeah, h4 just blunders because now there's b2 and now I'm completely ruined. Like I'm not in time to play like some checkmate. I mean, I was expecting, like, you know, if I get this, and they are forced to give me a check, then I still threaten a mate like this. I think this is what I had in mind, and I thought maybe there'll be some kind of perpetual idea. But the problem is, in this position, if I play this move, wow, maybe I should have gone for this, because they can't just promote, because I'm literally threatening mate. But okay, they can push anything like f5. Yeah, but this would have been the best try, actually. Like, I really should have gone for this. Should have had more belief in the potential of this attack. At least make the threat, because now I just have nothing after h5. Like, it's just, you know, just some spike checks and... yeah, it's not gonna achieve anything. So yeah, this was quite poor. And of course I play for stalemate, but yeah, I don't get it. So again, I think I was a bit too low on the clock in this game. I also played some careless moves in the opening, which gave me a bad position. I then didn't stand long enough in the critical position to find queen b6. Yeah, this was a rough game. This was a very rough game. But I did well to fight it back, you know, win back the piece, get this drawn position. And then it's just a matter of having like a bit better rook endgame technique at the top of my head. But this is why we're analysing games. And okay, finally I can answer Arjun's question. Hey Michael, weird question. I have a classical tournament coming up tomorrow. To put it bluntly, I ain't prepared really well. What would you do? Okay, the most important thing you need to do, Arjun, is get yourself in a positive mindset for the tournament. You need to be feeling like, this is your like one opportunity to, make some achievements, make some goals. Like, try and convince yourself that this is a tournament worth taking seriously. This is a tournament you're going to get in a good mood. You are not allowed to be in a bad mood for this tournament. Like, you want to try and feel confident. And what I'd say is, like, if you're not feeling confident about it, then you need to maybe write a list of things that you want to try and achieve at the tournament. Not necessarily like in terms of results, but in terms of like, okay, am I going to have good time management in this tournament? Am I going to blunder check? Am I going to look at every single check when it's my opponent's move or when it's my move? Like kind of stuff like this, and make sure you follow it. And then at the end of the tournament, you can see if you actually made these improvements, and it will reflect in your chess as well. So that is the most important thing. At this point, there's no amount of studying or opening preparation that can save you, but you just need to get in that positive mindset, because if you don't have a good mindset, then you're going to play 200 elo lower. So you need to lock in and have a good night's sleep as well. Like, I mean, it's not always necessary. Like, for instance, the last tournament I played in Malaysia, I won, and I won it on like 3-4 hours sleep. So sometimes you can just get by on adrenaline, but that's a rapid play 1-day tournament, not like a classical. A classical tournament, you have 3 hours sleep each round. You're gonna collapse. So, yeah, that's my advice. Mark says, thanks for the insightful answer. I will be giving a symbol with someone else in 2 weeks. We'll throw in a C3 game. Can chat with you afterwards if you'd like, if it goes well. Please, all the more merrier. More the merrier with C3 games that I see. Tricky 313, what chess content have you uploaded on your channel? I want to know. They could have played h5 before rook f1. Yeah, exactly. f5 or h5 to make some luft. Yeah, you're right. But it's still a good try. f5, then there's rook takes b2. They have to play f5 or h5 before rook f1. I see, Peter. Yeah, thanks for that. Like, and thanks for clarifying what Bob said, because I didn't analyze that correctly. Analyze Bob's comment correctly there. Yeah, okay, that's really good to see. Yeah, so it would have been tricky to force my opponent to find it. But okay, many more games to go. So we then go on a bit of a winning streak, and then we play this 2700, who I lose against, which frustrated me because I thought I played a really fantastic game. Doesn't look that way, but yeah, let's try and learn from it. So we get a c3 Venom, Maroczy bind. He plays this timid bishop e7. Maybe he was anticipating bishop g5. I'm not too sure. But we get this structure. I always like the bishop on f4 as a true Caro-Kann player. In these structures, we definitely do put the bishop on d3. It's eyeing up the king. It's on a much better square. There's no risk of like some e5 break and revealing this. It's a completely different position. Bishop d3 is good. And yeah, he didn't stop me like playing b4, I think. So this is just an easy gain on the queen side. And now I see that queen b3 is inaccurate. I have a... Oh, actually, this is plus 0.9. What on earth did I miss here? The only other move that I can imagine is any good is knight e5. Queen b3. Knight e5 did pop up for a second. Queen b3. Queen b3 and queen b6. And then queen c2. So we provoke the queen onto b6 so that when we play b4, they're even slower. Yeah, I guess it makes sense, actually. Guess it makes sense, because the queen does belong on c2. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. That's a cool idea. Yeah, b5 is the move. I was worried about it getting met with c5. I can take... I guess I'm well enough developed to handle this. Knight a4. Bishop d6, takes, knight d4, or no need. Yeah, and this is just one of those positions you need to just grind against this IQP. There's still 3 minor pieces each, so it's not going to be easy to convert this, but we're also very solid. Okay, queen b3, not a terrible move. And it's not really about playing the top engine moves as well in these I even said Karpov structures. I mean, right, it's Karpov was a beast at these Carlsbad slow grind positions. Wow, and I didn't trade this. And I think I thought I was being clever because I thought that the knight was actually blocking the bishop. But it turns out that this is fine, and then I can trade off the pieces. That would have just been smooth. That would have been real smooth. Oh, because I've got bishop c4. That's the move I kept missing. I just saw that this was like a discovered attack, and I was like, this bad, but this actually good. Okay. That's very frustrating. Yeah, and then I still didn't take the knight because I thought that this double attack was a game winner. I just completely missed bishop c4. So again, good to see that I have this in the position. Yeah, and then he traded, which I was very happy to see. I then secured my king side a bit better. I blocked the queen on the line of my rook, on my king. I took on c5, gave him an isolated pawn, reroute the knight to... Yeah, and then I blunder here. Yeah, I took on d6. So any move is good here. Any move is good here that doesn't blunder. Knight f4 is actually a really, really nice move. To just try and block up those pieces, threaten some trades. But yeah, rook b d1 makes a lot of sense. Strengthen these rooks, play on the d file, and we don't have to stress. We've got this knight takes. The position is holding up fine, but yeah, for a brief second, I take this bishop and I reveal the pressure on my king. And wow! Yeah, he blunders with knight, rook takes d6, which gives me a chance to deal with this. And I'm surprised they didn't go king h1 here. Because king h1 is like, such an automatic move you need to make. But, I mean, you're playing blitz with no increment. Like, you really... it's tough to always pick up on all these details. And yeah, then like, knight f4 was this nice looking move, but not when the queen is on the line of your king. So I blunder and exchange, and now he even gets a chance to remove his isolated pawn. And, of course, then this position is just no longer so good. So the engine will never say that I was, like, completely better. But I should be always grinding this position. I took a risky pawn, didn't work out. And, yeah, I think I just got outplayed. I tried some stuff, but it just wasn't enough. Yeah, and at some point I think I just was completely zugzwanged, and I didn't have any stalemate bright ideas. So yeah, I lost this one. But again, I mean, I don't think I am played this position very well, which makes me feel like I understand this minority attack type of position strategically better than my opponent. Like, I really felt under a lot of control. But yeah, if you blunder a one move tactic, I mean, this can happen. Oh, did I say Maroczy bind? I meant Carlsbad structure. Yeah. I am maybe saw bishop takes d6, knight f3 check, king h1, I'm guessing you mean, Peter. Knight takes d2, bishop f4, and wasn't sure about what on earth are you... Okay, maybe this is why they're an IM and I'm not, because I don't even see the stuff. What the hell is this? Bishop d6, if knight f3, king h1... Yeah, actually this doesn't look clear, right? Knight takes d2 and bishop f4, yeah. Okay, but fantastic find, Peter. Like, I'm really glad, like, you're here to pick up on these details. Oh, queen g6. Sheesh. Yeah, that's a nice move. That's a nice move. Did you get as far as queen g6, Peter, or did you stop there? Because I mean, this would be a classic case of like force yourself to calculate one move further. Just ask yourself where the queen will go, and then possibly you find this move. But yeah, very, very, very sharp line. So yeah, completely understand then why maybe he didn't go for this. But here, yeah, it's really my responsibility to just play king h1 because, you know, should not stay on the line of this queen. Or, you know, block this line again with knight g3. I mean, I had the right idea once, just didn't have it a second time. So, yeah, good to review this game. We also saw that cute shimmy of queen b2, queen b3, queen c2. Didn't know of this one before. Okay, let's check out the other IM I lost to. Again, this one I think I played a great game, if I remember right. Okay, again, engine doesn't show it. Maybe I'm overestimating my chances. But we get some c3, not c3, Venom, Gurgenitz, a modern theory. So this knight g4, and you want to trade off this dark square bishop, because it looks like a bad bishop, but from a strategical perspective, it actually prevents your breaks of c5 and g5. So you want to trade off this bishop. And you've traded off a minor piece, which strategically is what you want in the opening, and already against this IM, we have a better position. You see what I mean, Mark, about, like, you know, even these titled players, they don't bother to learn these kind of offbeat lines. And okay, they can try and prep you, but bring it on. Like, you're facing my, you know, my experience, you're facing my novelties, like bring it on. See if you can prep me more than I prep my own opening. But yeah, at the end of the day, he's an IM, and he finds a way to make progress. Now this plan of g3 h3 is a really nice one, and this was actually something that I think Bobby Fischer played against Petrosian in the Gurgenitz Modern. And the idea is that you don't want to start off with h3, which is why in these structures you see this guy is actually, okay, he knows a bit of stuff. Like, he's trying to prevent this easy pin. And what ends up happening in these lines is that very often white will play h3, and we get a position like this. White will develop, and then h4 is played, and suddenly, like, white cannot expand on the king side anymore, because we would take en passant, and then we can just try and limit this pawn coming down the board. But yeah, g3 means that they can play h3. We cannot meet h4 because I'll play g4. And of course, yeah, to clarify, in this position, they cannot play g4 because we take en passant, right? So this is why g3 is actually a very, savvy move. But interesting that the engine says that I'm completely fine here, and actually many moves are completely fine. But what is the way I should play? Okay, let's just follow the top engine line and see what engine clicks off. Queen c7 feels a bit wrong. Let's say h3, a6, g4. Now that the rooks are connected, there's no tactic of winning this rook. c5. They go f5, gf5, gf5, and we castle queenside. That's very cool. Yeah, I think this is what I was trying to prepare in the game, but I just spent too long with this plan. And probably then, given that actually this is coming and the center is going to open up, I don't have the time to reroute my bishop. So this is another very important strategical concept in the Gurgenitz Modern, that when the position is closed, you can take as long as you want. But as soon as there's the potential for the position to open, you need to switch gears and realize that, okay, development and speed is important. So yeah, I should have picked up on the fact after g3 that maybe this g4 f5 plan is coming, and tried to get my king safety and development sorted faster. But as you can see, yeah, like, our position is still holding up very solid. So h3, bishop e7, they get in g4, I try and develop now, and castle, but now I've kind of, like, you know, you can clearly see that this position is not as ambitious as this position, right? This really hasn't gained anything. So, yeah, this moment, queen f7 is a mistake. I get this bishop g5. Okay, we're not on learn next move, so let's learn from these mistakes. So c takes d4 is the first mistake here. I've equalized the position. So I can see c takes d4, and my idea to play knight takes e5 to win a pawn was just really bad. I think I completely missed that e6 is now weak because the knight is also attacking it. I just missed this detail. I'm now feeling this bishop e3. I think this makes a lot of sense. If he wants to take us, then I think we get active. Yeah, bishop e3 looks very nice. Wow, knight a4 is actually strong. So, what, is it going to be queen b4 or something? Oh, just take the pawn. Interesting. Okay, my laptop's going to run out of charge, so let me go charge it. Alright. Safsara asks, is it bad I don't know any of these structures and yet I can win chess games? No, it's not bad at all. And I mean, that's actually why I win chess games, because I understand these structures that people don't understand, and that's why I win, right? So this is the whole thing that I'm trying to advocate for, that if you learn your niche, you could do really well. I don't know if people watch that, like, YouTuber who interviews rich people. I feel like anyone who's somewhat slightly addicted to reels of any sort will have seen this guy pop up. And yeah, these interviews are really great with these like rich entrepreneurs. And I remember one of them talking about, like, you know, how there's like riches in the niches, right? Or okay, it doesn't, riches in the niches doesn't really work, but you know what I mean. Like, there's riches in the niches. Like, you know, if you really understand your niche and you sell it well and you market it well, then you can be very successful. And it's the same with chess. I mean, if you're really good at your niche, you can do very well. Yeah, you might not be the best in the world, but it all depends on what you're really aiming for. And I'm happy with not being the best in the world. I'm actually glad I'm not, like, you know, I don't have the talent, I don't have, like, the potential to be best in the world. Otherwise, probably I wouldn't play, like, to my style, which would just be very sad, and I'd be very miserable as a result. So I'm glad I can, like, you know, settle for less and also play to my best interest. I saw that Bob B mentioned c4 as a move. That's a move that wouldn't jump out at me because I feel like White has some kind of initiative on the king side and the center here, and it's like c4 feels like I close the setup, and yeah, h6 g4 was apparently the move. How do they rate c4? Yeah, c4 feels, yeah, then I lose my play, right? Like, my pieces can't really attack as far as I'm aware. So hg4. What if they just take? I take, and now their rook gets active. And now I take on d4. Oh, because they don't have the rook here. That's a nice detail. So, okay, that's one good thing to note, that sometimes giving this file can be good if the rook has a useful job in the center. Okay, good to see that motif. Knight takes d4, knight takes e5, yeah, just too ambitious. Queen e6, I just missed it, annoyingly. And now I realize that, yeah, I'm in big trouble. Of course, I try and fight on. And yeah, I was so tilted that this was a fork. Like, yeah, these damn IMs being good at tactics, I mean, what to do. And yeah, I tried to get some play, but yeah, he played it very well. And I think, actually, after this game, I really... yeah, said that this guy played extremely well. But actually, I mean, I had my chances. This rook h1 tactic is something I didn't know. And yeah, I should understand after g3. I need to accept that this is actually coming quick. So this is actually a really, really nice game to understand, I think. Let me make a new chapter here. Lessons in the Garganitza. Maybe I'll make some YouTube content on this, given my course is going to come out very soon. So Chessmood GP analysis. yeah, so let's add this here. Okay, so this, yeah, this, yeah. So I'll put this as inaccurate, of course, or maybe a mistake. Let's go far as that. So in the Garganita, we must pay a close eye to time. If the position is closed, you can take as long as you like to maneuver. However, as soon as the position has potential to open up, you must ensure that your king has safety and your pieces are developed. After 13g3, it is clear that white is planning h3, g4, f5 to open the game. Thus, we must make immediate preparations to complete our development. Therefore, bishop f8, bishop e7 is far too slow. So this is the real point. So this is actually a mistake, and this is the way to go, with slight advantage for black here. but this position, yeah, is just yeah, and I'll delete this, and I'll just put g4, and I'll just put white is better now. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, we should make a note of this motif to take on g4, right? Yeah, this was also a really nice motif. Yeah, a good motif to remember. Okay, actually, that h takes g4 is not really... Okay, it is kind of. Looks counterintuitive, but distracts white's rook from the center. So rook takes h1, and then this is black is... Okay, but it says black is equal, but... Okay, we can give black a slight advantage here. I mean, this is very typical of a slight advantage position for black. I mean, with absolute precise play, then white is equal, but for our purposes, this is a slightly better position for black. Yeah, I mean, this unfortunately was the nail in the coffin. Yeah, and this was the winning move, and then life got very hard, and yeah, I didn't stand much chance after this. So I think I'll just delete these sidelines. Makes for a nice little lesson. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so that's another 2 games. We then went on a winning streak. We won a bunch of games. And then we now have this game to look at. So let's try and understand how we lost this one. We then got a draw. Oh, this was... Oh, my God. Yeah, we need to look at this one as well. Can you guys imagine? Let me just show you. I drew this position. Like, how trash do you have to be to draw this position? It's insane. But yeah, let's learn from our mistakes. Oh, someone you reported was banned. This is huge. Okay, I've got to take a photo of this. Oh, this is. Oh, okay. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you guys. Uh, okay. I need to send this to someone real quick. Uh, and I'll explain. I'll explain. This is huge. Oh, this is actually crazy. This is actually crazy. And let me just make sure it's the. I don't even remember the guy's username. Anyway, let me explain, guys. Let me explain. So, as you guys know, I am a chess coach. I also teach some group lessons, and I have this group of kids, around like maybe 10 of them, who I've been working with since the start of the year. And okay, they're getting pretty good. And one of my most recent sessions, I had a session with this group, and there was a new kid. His name was Ethan. And yeah, he was quite quiet in the lesson. You know, he answered like maybe one or two questions. You know, I tried to get him involved, but you know, maybe his first time nerves, I don't really know. Comes to the tournament after this lesson, this little fucker decides to cheat in the tournament. It's so bloody obvious. I mean, he literally beats like, you know, one of the titled players, one of the coaches, right? And, you know, every move is stockfish perfect. So, you know, it's a typical case, right? We report it to Lee Chess. Lee Chess doesn't do anything. So the academy are kind of put in a tough spot of, well, we don't have any concrete evidence that this kid is cheating. And it's one of those cases where it's like, you know, it's a really difficult thing to raise to the parents, because if you don't have concrete evidence, sometimes they just kick an absolute fuss about it, and they just, you know, it's just not worth it, right? So I thought, you know, like maybe just make some excuse why we can't teach this kid. And my boss even said that, is it okay if he joins your next session? And I was just like, hell nah. Like, this kid, like, I was so angry. I was so angry at this tournament because, like, this kid cheated. And the audacity of this kid, like you know, I at the end of the session, I was like, well done to Ethan for playing absolutely supernatural, out of this world chess. Like, such amazing chess, but it's not even human. And I literally said it fucking like this. And, you know, all the kids in the class were like freaking traumatized at like how angry I was. But the kid didn't pick up on any of it, and he was just like, cool, thanks. and left. And I was just like, oh, this piece of shit. So anyway, like I said absolutely not. I'm not teaching this kid anymore. Like, you know, if you, I didn't say this, but like, I mean, if I was going to be forced to have to teach this kid, then like I quit, you know, like I'm not, like, I don't agree with the values of the company if you're going to force me to teach like such an obvious cheater, right? So anyway, I didn't have to teach this kid anymore. Turns out that this kid joined a different group within the academy, and lo and behold, the kid cheated again. Clearly has the emotional intelligence of a rock, and he cheated again. And I guess this time there's enough evidence to finally get the kid reported and banned. So, yeah, Tricky, don't you even bring up like banning stuff right now. I'm literally not down to listen to any of this. So yeah, I mean, cheaters can literally go to hell. And yeah, glad that this guy has finally been banned, because I assume that's who I reported and got banned, because yeah, I've got no other people I've been banning recently. So yeah. Oh, good to get that off my chest. I mean, not that it's been on my chest recently, but yeah, I despise cheaters. So okay, well, what's going on here? Damn, Sapsara admitting to cheating in the past? That's pretty ugly. Yeah, both Tricky and Sapsara meeting each other in hell. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'll be there as well for other reasons, but you know, like, definitely not for cheating at chess. I mean, there should be a different subsection of hell for people who cheat at chess. Like, I swear to God, like, I mean, of course, like, cheating in chess, like, you know, there are different degrees of it as well, right? But like the ones that show no remorse, I just hate you to the core. I actually despise you. Yeah, okay, let me get back on track. So, what the hell happened this game? So we get this trade in the center. Probably at this moment, I should probably just enter my exchange Slav lines and just take with the c-pawn. But okay, like, this is still interesting. I don't mind this position, to be fair. I don't know why I didn't play bishop d3. Maybe I wanted to preserve this bishop. But this bishop is terribly annoying, so I also don't know. Is bishop d3 the top move here? Oh, queen d1 as well. Bishop d3 and just trade. Yeah, it's like I develop a piece, and if he wants to trade off the active piece, we've got 2 pieces developed each. But if I play queen c1, I basically accept that he's got an extra piece in development. So since the position is quite open, it might be worth me just going for that trade. Yeah, Arav, why are you doing this? Why would you ban an innocent person just for the hell of it? Like man, like, that just sucks, man. That just sucks. I think like when it comes to, have you heard of this, like, there's this chart. What is the name of this chart? It's like, okay, let me look up this chart. It's really funny, actually. Lawful, good, chaotic, evil chart. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, this is the one. Alright, this is going to be a sidetrack, but it might make a lot of sense to a lot of you out there who don't realize that this is a thing. There is a grid, ladies and gentlemen. There is a grid that will dictate what kind of personality you are. Outside of the realms of, you know, those 16 personalities, this is kind of a more like ethical compass. Let's put it that way. And what we can see here from Tricky's behavior, not only in the chat but in the past as a human being as a whole, I can definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, put this man under awe. Is it going to be lawful evil or chaotic evil? I think lawful evil is a good place to put Tricky. That's where I'd put Tricky. And Safsara, definitely chaotic. But where does Safsara go on this chaotic scale? I think I would even put Safsara chaotic neutral, given that he's like kind of like has moments of good but also moments of evil. So it's like not a neutral because he's boring there. He's just, you know, completely like turbulent on these 2 factors. That's how I would put it. So probably a chaotic neutral for Safsara. And for me, I think it's the most obvious case of like chaotic good. Like, I mean, okay, maybe somewhere between chaotic good and chaotic neutral, because I definitely have some maybe evil tendencies at times. But I think, like, you know, I'm definitely not lawful evil. And definitely, like, I'm on this chaotic side, like of the law. So I think this like is really accurate, actually. Like, and the examples they give here are really good as well. Chaotic neutral is Safsara. You agree? Tricky, what would you self-identify yourself with this chart? I am not chaotic good? What do you think I am then? What do you think I am if I'm not chaotic good? Like, this is me being as, like, you know, based as possible when it comes to self-reflection. What do you think I am if I'm not chaotic good? But yeah, I managed to turn this position around eventually. I mean, I redeemed my mistake and played this bishop d3. we get this position, I jump my knight in, I play b4. Oh, did I attempt a tactic? What ended up happening? No, my opponent attempted a tactic and it just backfired. I took on d4 and then I found a move. Or did I? I did find a move, and I think this was where someone in chat said queen b1 would have been their choice. I don't remember who, but someone said queen b1. Queen a3 is top move, so I'm glad to see that. D takes c5. b6 was better though. Okay, d takes c5 is very reasonable as well. Knight b3, and yeah, somehow I start rolling these pawns. Wow, I can already start rolling with b6. That's pretty wild. Queen b4, b6, and yeah, c6 I thought was yeah, it was just too loose. b7 is so strong. How? b7, rook c7. What am I missing here? Maybe we just go c6 or something. So what was the problem with c6? Yeah, there was this move. Because then I can't play this without allowing this. So probably then I just go b7 and c6. Yeah, c6 makes more sense than rook a1. Rook a1 is a very ballsy move. Although, it does make some sense as well. c6, to me, feels quite strong. Queen a6 anyway. And then we've got moves like knight a5, knight d4. Yeah, makes all the difference. But okay, let's learn from our... let's learn from our mistakes and understand here, it was actually still winning. I burnt like a minute on my clock here trying to find the move, but I couldn't find it. Tricky says neutral, obviously, for me. There is no way I'm not more lawful than chaotic. Like, I genuinely think I'm, unfortunately, one of the most chaotic people I know, which is annoying. Because I meet chaotic people and then they tell me that I'm more chaotic than them, and I'm just like, it's really annoying. I've never been tested for anything. I don't even want to know. Hope asks, what's your rapid rating, brother? Welcome, Hope, to the stream. My rapid rating FIDE is like around 2,000. My Lichess is like 2,500. So I hope that answers your question. Chaotic evil? Bro, I mean, you're literally spouting stuff as a lawful evil person. So, you know, it's just like, what to take. And exactly, like chill and the spamming, Mr. Tricky. But yeah, what to do. So, okay. And you know, actually, just on a random side note, I think that's one of my big problems with having kids in general, is that, to be honest, like, if, let's say I had a kid, and the kid decided to be a serial killer, as a parent, I would feel like I should support the kid, and I would probably, you know, like, just have to back him, understand his point of view on the world, and get behind it. But if the kid had a personality that clashed with mine so badly, or for instance, let's say I am chaotic good, right? And I have a kid who's lawful evil, and we clash so hard, like, I swear to God, I cannot back him for the life of me. Like, if he's chaotic evil, then at least I understand him on some level, right? So it's like, you know, like, until I can be so selfless to the point where I can, you know, either have a lawful evil child and back him, or let's say, you know, have a child that has a personality type that I'm completely incompatible with, and be okay with that, and, you know, deal with that for the next 18 years. I'm not willing to take that risk. Like, no way in hell am I taking that risk. So I think anyone who has a kid and doesn't have a reasonable answer to that conundrum I just pointed out, I think you're batshit crazy. And this is coming from someone who is batshit crazy. So I think anyone who has kids is just like, either they haven't thought things through, or they're just insane, or they actually have a reasonable explanation for the argument I just gave, which so far, out of everyone I've ever met in my life, no one has given me any kind of reasonable explanation on this. I mean, if any of you have one, I would love to hear it. I'd love to change my opinion on this, but yeah, so far no one has suggested anything that could change my mind on this. Anyway, so let's keep thinking. I saw someone in chat recommend knight c5. Knight c5, can they not just play queen takes b6? If I try and throw in knight d7, they take my queen. If I take the queen first, they take with their rook, and there's no more fork. So I don't see knight c5. So I guess it's either b7 or c7. What about c7? c7, if they take rook takes b6. What to do? I can't believe I have a win here. I spent so long looking at this position, I couldn't see anything. But plus 2.7 is decisive. But why? Queen a6 was a really nice find from the opponent. Respect to him. Oh, okay, let's hear this argument from Tricky. From a personal experience, which is wild for a year 10 to say, having kids is great because you get to experience it with the person you love the most. If you aren't adopting, I don't see why adopting should change that. I mean, are you not also experiencing like raising a child with the person you love? That's a fair point. But at the same time, there are so many things in this world you can do with the person you love. Why risk raising a child with that person if raising a child has so many risks associated with it? I mean, sure, you could say like, yeah, I don't know, setting a building on fire and running out of the building together with the person you love the most would be a very enriching experience, and if there was anyone I would do it in the world with, it would be with the person that I love the most. Doesn't mean it's a good freaking idea. You know what I mean? Like, to me, having a child is just such a huge risk in so many ways, shape, or form. Like, yeah, unfortunately, that argument doesn't do it for me. Hope, I've answered your question and Tricky has answered you in chat. And for once, Tricky wasn't chatting shit. So, yeah, you can hopefully scroll back and find out the answer. If you're a single person adopting, okay. Right. Who do I love the most? That is a question that I cannot answer on this stream. Some answers are unfortunately inaccessible to the viewers of YouTube. My rapid rating is 25/2. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've been higher on some alt accounts. I think 25/50 is my peak for rapid, but I don't know. Around that is reasonable. Although with 25/50 cannot find this move for the life of me, so white to play and win. So okay, the real problem in this position is that we're about to lose our b6 pawn. This is the real problem. So what moves potentially deal with that problem? We can play b7, we can play c7. I see it. Oh no, I don't. I was like b7, rook c7, and then queen a5. To fork these pieces, provoke the trade, and then we protect everything. But here they just take. Maybe this is still winning though. Oh, because there's even back rank problems, right? So b7, rook takes, queen takes, maybe rook a1. Because if they take with the queen, then we just take the queen, rook takes, and rook checkmate. And if they take with the rook first, then we give the check first. Oh, that's it. b7. Oh my god. That's crazy. But it's very nice, and I'm glad... Oh, I didn't find it. Rook a1 is not enough to be winning because they don't have to take the pawn. They can make a luft with their king. Although it's still play. It's still play. But rook c1 with the same idea with tempo. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. Rook c1 is good. Probably around 2400 rapid with disrespect, Safsara. There is no way. There is no way. I am a solid 2500 rapid. I take offense to that comment. I love how Hope and Pranay are just chilling in another language. Yeah, rook c1. It's a very nice move. Very, very nice move. I think, to be honest, I just missed that the knight is protecting the square. It just wasn't on my radar. Like it feels right to swing the rook to the a file. But yeah, the c file was just like... I mean, if the queen was on a6, then rook a1 would be better, right? So, but yeah, very, very nice move. This is actually a brilliant calculation exercise, so I think I'll actually save this for some of my students. So let me add this somewhere. Yeah, you guys can see some of my lesson plans. Okay, so this one, what move was it again? It's around here. I'll write move 30. Calc exercise. Okay. So where did we get to? Let's go back. So okay, yeah, I missed b7. Very, very nice solution. Nice idea. I just had to play something before I ran out of time. Yeah, I spent 30 seconds on this move, a third of my remaining time, and just have something to play for. And unfortunately, I went for this. Oh, but this is actually playable. Wow, and this is actually winning, and I managed to mess this up. Oh, I blundered my queen. So this position is actually winning for me. Let's try and understand why. So this one we saw. Okay, I think I saw there was some rook a1 or something. But this is still. But this is plus 3.5. This is plus 3.5. That's huge. I guess maybe there's a way to win the loose knight. Like, can I give this check or give this check? And try and pick up this pawn and hit this knight. Probably the check here looks better, but no, then they can block. So then let's check here. Not as good. Rook a1 again. Wow, rook a1. And if they ever try and take like this with a tempo, then we take and defend. Ah, we're displacing the queen from the... It's like I have a problem with my tactical brain. That when I see... And I think this is actually a problem with my personality. I mean, it works in my personality, but it's like... I understand why this is how it is, because my queen attacks the rook. When I acknowledge that the queen is defending the rook, I don't take that extra step in my thought process to try and be like, well, let me do something about it. Let me play this rook a1. Let me try and fix my plan. Because as a person, if my plan has some resistance, I will just choose another plan. If I have a relationship that has a problem, just choose another relationship. Like, it's really not that hard. Like, why try and fix something when you can basically switch to something else, right? But in chess, as we see, I mean, very often the positions are so concrete that there aren't that possibility to just change to a different plan, and you basically need to make your plans work. So in chess, you really need to try and make your ideas work. And I think my instinct is to always just switch when things aren't flowing naturally. Because I think this is also what I think is the best thing you can do in life, is to live a very natural flowing life. You don't want to be stuck doing a job or living a certain type of lifestyle or being a certain type of person that doesn't naturally flow for you. So if Tricky, for instance, is a lawful bad, lawful evil person, and that's how he naturally flows, who am I to, like... Well, I mean, I definitely could judge it, but my point is actually that probably this is even right, to just follow this. I mean, it's not good for society, not good for my mental health, but it's good for Tricky. So, I mean, of course, it depends if Tricky is really naturally lawful good, but I've seen enough at this point to be pretty content with that assessment. But yeah, I think like trying to live to your natural, your natural state of being is the key. And I mean, this is a very Taoist thing and makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I just blundered frickin' queen. With a minute on the clock, playing an important tournament is actually just so cringe. Let's just say that. I mean, I blundered. Yeah, this was... it's insane. Insane. The queen actually needs to be nerfed. The queen is too powerful. Yeah, so this is my life, ladies and gentlemen. Blundering pieces in one. Okay, more chat about India in the comments. Yeah, the problem with Leicestershire Grand Prix was that it was a very nice idea, and I'm glad we ran several seasons of it. But I think the problem was that I think, well, Sapsara and Tricky, you guys are getting a bit too a bit too difficult to handle in a lecture based kind of structure. Also, I don't think your parents were willing to pay for the sessions anymore, which was kind of a bit of a letdown given how good the sessions were, in my humble opinion. I really thought that it was a really good format and it worked well. And I mean, to be fair, like I brought up the concept to my academy, and I'm doing these group lessons just with the academy. So, they deal with the pricing. They find, the students who are keen to learn and keen to, actually try and appreciate what I'm teaching them. So, yeah, that's like their job to do that. And then I just do the entertaining lessons. So, I mean, I think the concept of it works. But, yeah, it was just a mix of things that just, unfortunately, the Leicestershire Grand Prix just had to stop. I mean, I am also moved out of Leicestershire, so, it's tough to keep it going, I think. Damn, Sapsara was coming out of your money. I did not know. If I knew that, then I would probably give you a discount. I mean, this was the thing, right? I felt like, there was no hustle from like either of your parents. Like, if either of your parents were like, yo, we have this financial situation, we can't afford this lesson, then fine. I will probably just take the L and work minimum wage to teach you guys. But it's the fact that they didn't even fight, right? They were just like, well, okay, like we'll just stop replying to this dude's emails. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I felt like it, like, like, it deserves something more. It deserves something more. This is how I was feeling. Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible to bring it back. I think like, the problem was, as well, like, we didn't have a large enough group to keep it going. I think when Mersam was there, he also made things a bit more interesting in terms of, like, the competition aspect. Yeah, it was just tricky to keep going, I think. Who is this guy who's streaming? Nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. But you're here watching, so I assume that, it must be somewhat interesting. But yeah, no. So this game was just bust after I blundered the queen and blundered the rook. But yeah, that's a good reminder to myself that, like, try and make your plans work. Like, if I saw that the rook was hanging, try and play a move like rook a1 to make that work. Yeah. And let me just see, like, after rook a1, there's nothing else that black can try. Like, rook a1 feels too good to be true. Like, for instance, what about rook a1 and then rook c6? But then I can always go queen e7, intermediate move, and then take the queen. So, yeah. Very nice. Okay, cool. Now, this game is going to give me a freaking aneurysm. Yeah, so I played reverse c3 Venom, and we got to this position. And I didn't convert this. What ended up happening was he played king e3, and I bulleted out this f4. Given that, I was scared because I only had 10 seconds on the clock. But of course, I should just play king e5, and then of course I'm winning. But even after this position, I didn't realize how shaky this conversion is, because all that has to happen is this trades for this trades for this, and it's a draw. With this king getting to the corner. And that's it. I just did not pick up on this until it was too late, of course. So that's another good lesson learned. But yeah, it's always tough with so little time. But 10 seconds is genuinely a lot of time for a bullet player like me. I should just play king e5 and just, you know, not start pre-moving so soon. I think I just thought that everything is winning. This was my issue. He would smoke Mersam? I don't know. Mersam was pretty strong. Mersam had a lot of talent, I believe. Okay. Yeah, and then it's just oh, I should just push b4. I should just push b4. And why did I not flag this guy? I got to this position and literally traded off the pawns. And here, I should just be looking to flag. Why am I trying to push this pawn? I have no idea. I mean, okay, these games were played at 5 a.m. So I do have some reason to get out of this. But yeah, a crazy, crazy choke. To not win this on time, to not win this in position. But okay, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Okay, next one. Actually, you know what? That one's a good one to show to my students. My students love to watch me lose. So let me add this to the study. Lots to learn from this one. I'll just put move 53. Winning endgames still need to be won. This is the moral of that story. Right, so yeah, at that moment, then we had another game which was a draw, and then I managed to lose to a sub 2000 player, which is I don't know. Let's find out what ended up going wrong. So Hope just here for the vibes. Not interested in the chat. It's wild. Okay. I guess that's Safsara. Of course it's Safsara asking about Ultra Bullets. I mean, you asked why we couldn't have, like, you know, more group lessons. I mean, it's just like... It's just crazy. It's just crazy. So I get this reverse Reti setup. And I'm minus 0.8 here, but what should I have played? D5. Yeah, D5 already. I guess it's like catching my opponent before he gets coordinated, because then I could meet queen b2 with d4. Yeah, rook d8. Bishop a6 here. Knight, bishop a6, knight b4. That's actually something that I should look out for more. I think normally there's like a bishop on e2 rather than on g2, so I'm a bit less familiar with this jump. But yeah, bishop a6 with knight b4, that's a very cool motif. Instead I improved the other knight and I pushed d4 instead. Oh, and f6 is bad because he finds e5. e5 was a fantastic move. I should have been more wary of it. I didn't play knight e5 because I thought knight takes, queen takes, and then f4. This is what I didn't like. And yeah, that does look a bit scary. But maybe it's just not that scary. Or at least better than anything else I had. f6, e5, knight e5 is better. Yeah, if my king's going to be weak, it's more valuable to trade off another minor piece. I think I just thought that I'm losing something here. fe5, I thought like somehow they take or something. And I lose that pawn. But I guess it's not such a big deal then, if I lose this pawn. Oh, knight c4? Ain't no way knight c4 is in a position. Okay, so I actually calculated that right, because it's +2, aside from this knight c4. Knight c4 is a ridiculous move to find. I mean, that's literally a GM level tactic, I think, to find this in a blitz game. That's insane. I mean, I didn't even notice that the knight was defending it, I think. Which apparently would have been decent as well. So I probably should have gone down that path instead. And yeah, I managed to start turning around the position a bit. But yeah, this was my mistake. King h6 was just poor. It's just so poor. I just go king g8 instead. Yeah, I'm always bad at like making these decisions without having a lot of time to think. King h6 somehow felt quite snug given there's no dark squared bishop. But they still got the queen, and these knights mean that like, yeah, my king is very, very weak here. I should opt for the space. Like, the knights aren't going to damage me in a lot of space. So that was a really big decision, actually. Yeah, you know what? That's another good one for students, like where to put the king. So this is move. I should have checked the move while I was there. Move 27, right? Move 27. 27. Where to move our king. And the good news is that, like, you know, the majority of my students now are actually getting to a pretty decent level where these kind of lessons are actually going to be applicable to them. So yeah, long gone from like teaching the moves of the game and stuff like this. So yeah, this unfortunately was just pretty hopeless. Oh, this was the other game. So okay, I went. But yeah, we got the picture, I think. Like, I don't think there's much more to learn from that. Like, I put the king on a very dodgy square and I eventually just get checkmated. So yeah, for this one, how did my king even get so weak in the first place, though? How did he even dismantle it? Ah, this e5 move, and I played f6. No wonder. No wonder. I just don't play f6. Yeah, just if he ever pushes, I can go back, and my king is safe enough. If he pushes again, I then play f6. Yeah, so playing this structure with knights and heavy pieces, yeah, it's just asking for trouble. Yeah, very, very good to see. Let me just make a note that this f6 is the real problem. Permanently weak king now. If instead, you know, even if I played something else, like what's a reasonable move I could play? Yeah, like this. No, king g7's not yeah, g7 for instance. If they play f5, this is now f6 would be fine. Yeah. And let me delete some of these axis variations. Yeah, very long stream, guys. Long stream, but lots to analyze, lots to learn from, lots for my students to learn from as well, you know? So yeah, this was the mistake, and then this was the blunder. Or let's go like this. Where to move the king. Yeah, very interesting exercise there. Okay, so we go back to the grind, and we win the next 2 games. And how many more do we have? I have a loss to the FM, and I've got like several more losses. Wow, I actually lost a few games in a row. That's a bit annoying. Okay, let's check this FM game that I lost. Wow, bro played a literal flawless game. That's pretty impressive. So, yeah, we got a Trompovsky. You should check the Lichess notifications. Then maybe don't message me if it's going to distract you. I mean, I'm doing this out of people's privacy. You're talking about the Kazakh tournament. Yeah, I considered playing in it, but it's just like, I think there's more of a priority for me to learn from my mistakes right now than play another tournament. So I'm not gonna get into the prize money anyway. Like, you know, that's just being realistic. Yeah, I mean, like, no, for sure. Like, I tell my students that, you know, you can learn from my chess streams as well if they want to. But yeah, it's like also these streams are for myself, so it definitely makes sense that, you know, they're trying to do the exercises themselves and learn from it, right? Like, yeah, this is also like to actively attempt the exercises and have a coach guide you through it. It's very important, I think. So, okay, what happened here? Yes, I got kind of provoked into a setup I'm not as used to, but still, the position is okay. I didn't like the fact that this knight was coming in, though. I didn't see a good way to deal with that. So what if I just play rook e8 and may play this move? I just trade, and this is apparently okay. Yeah, because I'll go g6 and f5. Yeah, I can play like this. I can play like this and have a very decent position. On c4, go dc4, yeah. This is what I should have done. This is what I should have done. Okay, good to know, though, that I can trade this. And I never mind getting the square of pawns. It's also nice. Yeah, and I blundered a pawn. It's just sloppy. It's just very sloppy. It's very sloppy. Yeah. And now it's really a grind to try and fight this on. I did have the better minor piece, though. But yeah, I do get outplayed a bit here. So this is inaccurate. What should I have played? f5. f5, knight f3, f4. Oh, to play f4 and break up the structure, open a position for the bishop. Oh, that's lovely. To try and play for f4, it's really nice. And there's no f4 from them to keep it close because I take the pawn. Now, if they could play f4 and get a knight on d4, that's a different story. On e5, sorry. Yeah, this is really, really impressive. And then this is much more playable. Yeah, f5. Again, very, very dynamic move to see such an idea, but good to see that these resources exist. Just unfortunate not to see them. Yeah, and I had to trade here. Wasn't so happy with this. And this is apparently no good. Yeah, and this is really difficult to try and hold. It's very easy to give yourself weaknesses and I end up making an even bigger mistake. Yeah, this move. Oh my god, he had 20 seconds. I just needed to keep my cool. Just play like King D7, and this I can definitely flag this. But yeah, no, I just allowed him an easy win because he could trade him and sack, and then this is just impossible to hold against 17 seconds. Yeah. But okay, even from like a chess point of view, what did we learn? So we learned that this f5, f4 motif is a very nice one to keep in mind. I guess my pieces were quite active, so some dynamic play makes sense. And yeah, allowing this trade of the light square bishop for knight is actually not so bad when we can set up a light square blockade against the bishop. So yeah. Yeah, okay, makes sense why he's a 2650 FM. Because I was thinking, like, there's not much else I did wrong in this game. But I guess that makes sense. You're playing a strong player. Okay, so let's go back then. And let's analyze some more. Okay, so we're on to our final stretch now. We've just got 3 more games to analyze, and then I can call it a night. So let's have a look at this game. And while we have a look at this, we can open up the next one. So yeah, clearly I'm on some kind of tilt at this moment. Black was doing better at one point, and then not later on. I'm going to turn the fan back on. I hope that my laptop doesn't die. Let's see what charge it's on. Okay, it's above 50%. Let's give this a roll. Yeah, I haven't really sorted out the plug socket situation in this flat yet, so... Yeah, unfortunately my flat here in Kyoto is a lot smaller than my Sapporo flat, so not as easy to, find a good location to set up. Okay, so what happened here? Wait, I just realized. I feel like I've hardly analyzed any Garganitsa games. Was this a Go? Oh, this was a Garganitsa. But is this one a Garganitsa? Not a Garganitsa. No. And then let me see what was the last game of this list of games that I need to redo. Blues and Joya. Yeah, so actually, I might be able to make a case. How many Garganitsa modern games did I win? Like, I could make a very bait video that says, I played the Chessmood Grand Prix and I scored 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I scored 4 out of 5 with the Garganitsa Modern in this Chessmood Grand Prix. I mean, that's a pretty decent turnover. So, Chessmood Grand Prix, 4 out of 5 in Garganitsa Modern. Video idea. You need a catchy title for this video. Yeah, if you've got any ideas, hit me up, Tricky. Be down to hear what you think would be a good title for that. But okay, let's see what happens. So yeah, I go for knight h5, but this is like my own theory. And yeah, I already equalized this position, and yeah, I just messed this up completely. Yeah, I missed queen h4 here. It was terrible. g5 was such a bad move. Queen h4 would really ramp up the pressure on white's kingside. Just poor that I missed this. h5 is quite a nice move, but feels a bit risky. So actually, Tricky, how did you get your account back on Lichess? Send me a title on Lichess DMs. Okay, I'll check it out later. Queen f6. And g takes is better. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, keep the blockade on the e5 square. Yeah, I think the fatigue was just hitting. I mean, in a classical game, I think I would make these decisions better. But unfortunately, yeah, I just wasn't on it. Rook d8. Okay, so I keep a slight advantage. But yeah, he finds... Oh no, he didn't find rook b6, but he did next. Rook b6 was killer. Yeah, this was very tough to deal with. Yeah, and just play b5 immediately. Get that open a file. I can imagine that being like definite compensation. Like rook a2. Yeah. Yeah, this was a very, very poor game. But good to see that this rook b6 is a move. I completely missed this. I think normally there's like a pawn on b2 still, right? So it's not so common for rook b6. But good to see that rook b6. And yeah, like 100% this guy should take my bishop, but he doesn't. I get this awkward position to try and grovel. I do not play bishop b5 though. Yeah, I completely forgot that my d-pawn is hanging. I thought that I was holding this whole position. But yeah, bishop b5 would have been a better try for sure. If he takes, and c4, my pawns start rolling. Wow. Yeah, I could believe there's compensation here. Yeah, but I missed the d-pawn was hanging, and then things just were very, very bad. Yeah, I just could not hold this position. I was lower on the clock and just completely busted. Yeah. So what to learn from this one? Slow down a bit on these situations so that you can find queen h4. The rest of the game wasn't too bad, but yeah, this rook b6 was a big moment. And yeah, just this all collapsed a bit too easily. Maybe trying to get my c-pawn going. Also that b5 break to stop rook b6 was good to see. So yeah, good game to look into. Got 2 more games to go. Let's go. I'm starting to crash out a bit. Let me get a quick stack. I'll be right back. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna trust you, Tricky, and check this title. Can you open DMs of this convo? Sigh. I mean, it's 3 AM. What the hell? Let's check this. They know what you did, Mick, when the bodies in his basement are found. I mean, I'm relocating so much. What bodies? Maybe that's why. You know, maybe that's why. Maybe I have my bodies in multiple locations. Oh, this deadly opening gave me an 80% win rate. How are you so good at this? That is a crazy that is a crazy comment idea. I mean, title idea. I will definitely consider that. I don't watch enough Gotham chess to pick up on these trends. Yeah, and then give them some like actual legit analysis. That would make a good video. Damn. Tricky actually pulled through with a constructive comment. Never thought I'd live the day to see it, but here we are. Yeah, thanks for the recommendation. Alright, back to analysis. Can never go wrong with a banana. So, okay, we had 2 more games to look at. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, let's request a computer analysis and look at the other one first. Oh, we don't have analysis on this one either. Okay, let's start with this one. So, against g6 nowadays, I'm playing this bishop g5. This is like my preferred line. I won't get into it. But yeah, like at like 6 a.m. in the morning, like I end up playing some bishop f4, which is slightly inaccurate. But okay, it's now back into a King's Indian, so it's fine. I very rarely lose these positions, so I'm curious how I lost this one. So a4, knight a3, c takes, I have a fantastic position. Knight b4 is accurate, rook c1, rook c3. Yeah, rook c3 was careless, very unnecessary. But not entirely clear how I improve this position. I mean, this little duo is actually proving to be quite annoying. What about knight e1, knight d3 as a way to displace this knight? Knight e1. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. It's not one of those positions where you can really completely understand what's going on. Let's say they do this knight a2, knight b4, and can I not play knight d3 now? Yeah, like engine says everything is equal, but you can see already the engine is starting to pick up on white's position. So it seems like this maneuver is probably a decent way to try and improve the position. So that's good to note, one way to try and disrupt this setup. Wow, knight d2 here. Just sack the exchange. And white is just better. We hit the knight. Wow, we just completely bulldoze in the center. That's quite crazy. Oh no, we're just winning back the piece. Okay, that's why. Yeah, that's a very difficult line to spot. And knight d5 is this e4. Yeah, that's actually very cool. But never have considered that was possible. But okay, I get a decent position still. It's like, I definitely take white. But the engine disagrees. Oh, I missed a free pawn. And they should have gone b6. But now we can c6. I don't think it's like too unplayable, this position. So I missed a free pawn. And again, allow this chance to play b6. Didn't feel it as that bad of an idea. Right. So yeah, in fairness, like my pieces did get in a bit of a twist. Yeah, which is quite impressive. Maybe if I just play this rook c3 and then try and play knight d2, like it definitely feels like there's play for white. Like I think this evaluation is quite harsh in terms of like the kind of strategical nature of this position. Okay, and he missed knight takes b2 with an even more devastating fork. And now actually I have the advantage again, but why am I not taking free pawns? Like I'm just not Yeah, I mean, 2 hours of blitzing and you start to miss stuff. And yeah, I missed this as well. Now I took the pawn. Yeah, and actually taking with the B pawn would have been so nice because I've got this, I've got this, I've got real play. But instead I do it this way. Oh yeah, and I just blundered the queen. Yeah, I was really crazy. I missed, I think, that actually this is not a checkmate because I've got bishop f1. So again, being more hyper aware of like my king safety, very important. Yeah, queen a5, and then I've definitely got a game like with the extra pawns against the rook. I think I can even try and push for the win. And again, yeah, with 49 seconds, I really shouldn't be making these oversights. But yeah, when you've played like 2 hours of blitz, I think the fatigue starts to kick in, at least for me. Maybe I need to play more tournaments and you know, not have that kind of fatigue. But yeah, what to learn from this game? Okay, I saw a nice maneuver to deal with this knight before bishop f5 stuff. There's also an interesting exchange sacrifice, which wouldn't have crossed my mind. Yeah, take with the pawn. Definitely the better recapture for counterplay. So yeah. Okay, and we come to our final game then. Welcome, Gloin, to the stream. How's it going? Yeah, hope you're doing well. I'm doing some training myself to try and learn from my losses. I'm actually now onto my final loss from the Chessmood Grand Prix. Yeah, boss still going. Good night. Yeah, I mean, for GCSEs, you need your sleep, so respect the sleep. Have a good night. Okay, so we get this. We get this theory. Here, I probably should take with the e pawn. And c4 is a bit too optimistic. I can believe that. I mean, I'm not totally pleased with my position though. Knight h4, that's a nice one. Yeah, with the queen no longer on this diagonal, then you can really get away with this kind of stuff. And what if bishop g4? Plays bishop g4, f3, h3. It's a very different style of game, which I'm not sure if I'm willing to play. I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, I need to think carefully about this e takes. I could also play with c takes and just try and grind out that equal exchange Slav position. I mean, I'm surprised that it still says white has an advantage here. I would have thought it's like equal. But yeah, this position, apparently there's something. They play like bishop f5, which seems reasonable. Then there's already some pressure. Knight f3, rook c8, rook c1. Knight 5. Yeah, I'm surprised that white has an advantage, to be honest. Like, this knight is like better than the knight on c6 and having extra development. I guess like there is some extra development with this pawn having pushed already. But yeah, crazy evaluation to me. Yeah. Anyway, we get this position. I play for c4. Apparently not to the engine's liking, but yeah, and I guess that's the problem. There's knight a5. There's this knight a5, and knight c4 is just too slow. So yeah, maybe that's why this c4 isolated pawn is just not so good. But somehow things work out for me, and I win a pawn. My pieces are very active, and I take on f7, which is a mistake, but knight c6 is good. So again, making a very active move that actually ends up backfiring. And why did I panic here with this move? Oh, I forgot that the bishop was hanging. That's why. I didn't even see that this move attacked my bishop. That was the reason why I didn't play a move like bishop e3. But yeah, knight c6 is a nice move to have found. And yeah, I should probably be focusing on consolidating my position as well. This is just a bit too ambitious. Yeah, so I go down a piece, and then I wasn't able to hold the position. But a4 would have been a much nicer try. Why did I not see that? Rook b4, and he can just about hold with knight d5. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Wow, and it continues, because I don't even have, like, this stuff. Well, there's back rank, and there's also knight d3. Yeah. Oh, I had a piece. I had a piece here. The rook takes b6. It's a really difficult tactic for me to see. Rook takes b6. What a move. What a move. Wow, okay. So yeah, just having that pressure actually amounted to something there. That's really annoying. I just didn't believe that I could win a piece in that way, but it makes sense. Good to see this tactic again. Yeah, and I tried to get some activity on the 7th, it just wasn't really working. I tried to reroute my knight around. I wanted to bring it into the attack, which is what I achieved. It just wasn't quite enough. Like, I was like just one tempo too slow to make anything significant happen, and yeah, then it's just over. So good to have seen this motif. I wonder what type of tactic that is actually. Like, what is this? I don't know. What is that? What is that tactic? Just hang piece, probably. That's probably the simplest explanation for that. Just difficult to see. But yeah, I think, and also yeah, we learned from this game that pushing c4 and getting this isolated pawn, it was just not quite working because we're a little bit underdeveloped. When we take with the bishop, they've got this knight a5 motif, so I need to watch out for that. But okay, this was very, very good to analyze all of my losses. Yeah, very interesting stream. I think it was fun to chat about all kinds of topics, from child care to you know, ethical character traits, to all sorts, really. But okay, this is yeah, what Chess Lifestyle is about, I guess, having these rambles, but also ultimately learning and improving our game. And yeah, the more we improve, the stronger we get, which is obvious. Why did I even make that comment? Okay, it's always 3 a.m. over here, so, you know, I'm going to get some sleep, I'm going to get some rest, but thank you guys for tuning in. As always, good luck to all of the GCSE people for doing their GCSEs, and I guess I will see you on Wednesday? No, what day is it today? It's Friday? It's Friday today, so see you on Monday. Okay, adios guys.